Many live streamers have done some pretty despicable things, all in the name of views. Just these past few months, you had FuzzieTube live stream his mental breakdown and then arrest, and just a few weeks ago, crypto shill BitBoy Crypto live streamed his possibly drug-fueled rant in front of the home of the man he believes stole his Lamborghini. Unfortunately, none of that really compares to a live stream that happened a few weeks ago that we now know has led to a man who attended that live stream has since lost his life. During the events of the livestream, the man known as Willie Two Guns passes out after a combination of sleeping pills and alcohol is taken. Instead of seeking medical help for him, the live streamers in the house make jokes about his unconscious self before deciding to paint his face like a clown. It wasn't until his breathing started to fade, nearly half an hour later, that they decided to call 911. Now, in order to tell the full story, we have to talk about the individuals involved that led to the tragic events of Willie's passing. The first individual and the most famous was a streamer named OnlyUseMeBlade, who has been famous on YouTube for nearly a decade and a half. He started out playing Call of Duty and, like his name claims, only used a knife in the game to score points, but after years of streaming COD, he eventually devolved into a drunk streamer. More people probably know him for his blackout drunk live streams and degenerate behavior while intoxicated. Many of the things he did while drunk I can't even mention, as it eventually got his channel banned in 2020. After getting banned, Blade had his girlfriend set up a new account under her name and has continued to post his drunk streams to this day. Blade has had an endless list of horrible things he has done, from harming animals to inappropriate behavior with a passed out woman. I don't want to go too deep into the OnlyUseMeBlade rabbit hole, or this video will most likely get taken down, but if you want more information on just how bad this guy is, Penguin Zero did a video on him in 2019, and I'll have a link to that below. The next individual I need to talk about is the person who passed away, who went by the name of Willie Two Guns. Sadly, Willie was actually a big fan of Blade and had met up with him a few months ago, where he also met Blade's longtime girlfriend Beck. What's interesting is that Beck and Blade broke up shortly after this, and Willie and Beck then began dating about a month later, so there was undoubtedly a lot of tangled feelings in this whole story. The day of the livestream that led to Willie's passing, Blade had a house party and invited other streamers to stop by. This led Willie and Beck to decide to drive cross-state for 10 hours to attend the event that eventually ended up in his passing. The final person I need to mention is known as Tone in real life. Tone is the moron that decided to livestream this entire tragic event, and the recording will undoubtedly be used as evidence by the police now that Willie's family has stated an investigation into the events that led to Willie's death are now underway. Willie, after driving for 10 hours to the event, decided to take some sleeping pills to nap at the house for a few hours as he had trouble sleeping, but just a few hours later he was awake and taking shots of Crown Royal.
You said you would take a triple or a single?
Just did.
I'm saying if someone donates a triple, you'll take it?
Yeah.
Y'all heard it? How much for? How much is it? 10
21.
For a triple. See, I told y'all. And 10 for a single.
You send it 21, I'll send you the triple.
And 10 for a single, 15 for a double.
It's not even.
So it's ready if you send a 10. If you send a 15, it'll be a double. If you send a 21, it'll be a triple.
You.
It's up to y'all, chat.
I didn't want to do this, but.
Dude, it's too late. You're in too deep.
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
Yo, Pierre, you want to come out here?
Anonymous sent $21. Let's do it, Willie.
21. Add 2 more.
All right.
Add 2 more.
Okay, I got it.
Thank you, bro. Go for it. Like, what the fuck? That's like a whole cup of fucking Crown Royal.
Yeah.
That wasn't a shot of any sort.
Well, it was a 3-shotter.
That was more than 3 shots, in my opinion.
I give my people a little bit more.
No.
Like, why do they love me so much, bro?
There you go.
I don't ask them for
I love you. I love you for what you just did for
I'm
me.
just asking for love, bro.
Now, mixing sleeping pills and booze is a combination that can have horrible reactions, and the pills specifically say not to do this. Willie is very much to blame for his actions of doing something so foolish. However, his supposed friends' lack of caring about him afterwards very much show neglect on their part to do anything to help their friend out. Willie eventually falls asleep while standing up, and his friends make jokes about him falling down, which he eventually does, and they simply record it all happening.
Yo, Pierre, you want to come out here?
Hold on.
Joe Miller sent $10. Willie, a man that holds his alcohol, one more shot.
Let's go. He can hold it. Y'all saw what he just did. Alright, he can handle 1 more. You got it? 1 more? 1 more. After this, you done? You can cut it off after this. It's up to you. We need to get him. We need to get him laid down before he falls. He's gonna fall down and really hurt himself. He's fine. All right, fine.
There you go.
You say he's fine? It's on you if he falls and breaks his face.
He's the one that wants to stand there.
Well, I'm trying to get him to. He's passing out, dude. He's drunk as shit. He needs to lay the fuck down. Yeah, you're right. He's not even awake, so he doesn't want anything. I fucking told you. I fucking told you, bro.
What happened?
I don't know. What do you think fucking happened?
Fell over.
Well, that's because he was leaning on something.
Yeah, and I kept telling you who's gonna fall.
Now he's on the ground. Now he's where he needs to be, so it worked out.
All right.
At this point, after your friend passes out standing up, then smashes into the ground without waking up, I think most people who have a few brain cells to rub together would know this guy needs medical help and call 911. Unfortunately, the geniuses at this party decided to do the opposite and thought now was the best time to paint Willie's face like a clown instead of helping him.
Yo, Pierre, you want to come out here?
Filling the red from the cheeks to the nose, all the way.
Anonymous sent $3. Willie's love for Beck is so strong he wanted to get a neck injury for her. He took too much Xanax though and is currently dying. R.I.P. Willie, R.I.P. One Sonic, R.I.P. Boss Blazer.
All right, let's do blue eyelids, and then we'll be done.
Yo, Pierre, you want to come out here?
Thank you guys so much for the donos.
Now, I do have to mention that at this point, Willie was just unconscious, so I'm not showing someone who had passed on. Willie ended up living for another month, which we'll get into in a few moments, but I just have to say how callous Willie was treated by everyone at the event. No one seemed to care at all that this man wasn't showing any signs of being able to wake up, and no one did anything to try and render aid. At one point, someone does end up calling on an ambulance for Willie, but Blade ends up canceling the ambulance after they believe Willie is starting to regain consciousness.
I know he's fine, but now we've already called the police.
No, he didn't.
I thought Blade did.
No, he didn't.
He
Go
didn't?
make sure.
I'm pretty sure he did. Blade. He's fine.
I'm sorry, cancel that.
He's fine. He was
missed
starting to
that.
wake
Missed
up.
call.
He's
Sorry.
he's
Everything's okay. Thank you so much.
all right. Thank God. I really didn't want to deal with police. Thank God.
Eventually, nearly an hour after Willie passed out, they did eventually call 911 and paramedics arrived on the scene to help out. Of course, live streamers need to capture this footage so they can continue to make money off their friends' unfortunate events, and despite the paramedics asking not to be filmed, Tone in real life continues to live stream the whole thing as donations continue to pour in.
And he's what? What? It's in our own home.
But yeah, don't film us, please.
Okay.
I want to give the patient care.
Okay. All right. My bad. Yeah. My bad. Sorry. We're YouTubers. We document everything. But anyways, all right. I'll put it up. But anyways, what I was saying. Yeah, I turned it on. I'll show you. It's turned off. Look. There's nothing recorded.
After Willie went to the hospital, he ended up spending about a month in the ICU before he eventually passed away. What happened to Willie in the hospital is somewhat confusing at this point, as multiple people have given different stories. It seems at one point he did wake up and appeared to be getting better before eventually getting worse and being put on a ventilator. Willie's girlfriend Beck talked about being banned from seeing Willie after his family felt she was a bad influence on him.
2 days ago, Beck found out that Willie actually passed on either the 8th or the 7th, basically 2 weeks ago. So, it's been confirmed. Willie's no longer with us, and it sucks, and Beck's been a hot mess, and I've been trying to, like, you know, I don't know really what I can do, but, yep. So, there you go. The final Willie update.
Willie's final day on Earth is shrouded in mystery as well. Initially, it was being claimed he died in the hospital, but later reports claim he woke up and decided to check out of the hospital against medical advice. It's now claimed that he was found deceased less than 24 hours after checking out of the hospital. While some people initially believed Beck and Blade were making up the death of Willie to get more attention, that changed after Willie's family started reporting on his death, and it was confirmed that he indeed passed away. After Willie's passing, Blade decided to make jokes jokes about the whole event, which angered a lot of people, including Blade's former friend Keemstar, who eventually called him and grilled him over the phone for being so callous about someone dying during one of his live streaming events.
So, hi, Keem. I'm not drunk or anything, but I got a lot of people in my chat. I'm having a good time. Hi. What was this tweet that you made about me?
Oh, about the guy that died?
Yeah, somebody did die, but it wasn't my fault, though.
Well, let's set up a proper interview and go over it.
That's fair, because I have nothing to hide, dude. Cool. Call me tomorrow.
I would hide all the jokes and shit you were making the other night about the guy dying. I would hide that, for starters.
No, but that's how I deal with shit, because I make jokes, but I didn't do anything, and it's not my fault, so... You know that's how I deal with tragedy, dude.
Now, what's interesting is that Blade and Tone in real life initially tried to play down the passing of Willie and have claimed they had nothing to do with his passing. While I do agree that Willie's actions of mixing sleeping pills with booze is his own mistake, and he was having heart problems prior to the incident, the callous actions of how Willie was treated when passed onto the floor and used as a prop for live stream donations make everyone involved in this situation look like a complete degenerate. Willie's family has now claimed multiple times that they will be asking the police to investigate the actions of the live stream event that led to the death of Willie, and while I'm no lawyer, the actions of those present at the event that provided no aim to Willie for nearly an hour into his coma-like state definitely seem like it could lead to charges. Many states have laws known as social host liability that puts the well-being of those that are intoxicated while under your roof as your responsibility. And since the entire event was all recorded, I do believe a lot of the streamers involved in this incident could be in very serious trouble. Finally, I want to state that it really is a sad state we have gotten to that live streaming a boozed up man in a near coma state and painting his face for views is what was the first thing that came to these streamers' thought to do. It's unfortunate that we now live in a world where every bad event is now seen as a way to get more followers or more money, instead of being a decent human being and realizing from the beginning that this guy needed medical attention. Let me know in the comments below if you think Willie's passing is solely on his own actions, or if those who witnessed what happened should have done more from the start.